It's like, dying made you a pussy.
That's not the Crumb we used to know.
He's like, it's not me. He's forcing it on me.
And I just slap him like, snap out of it, Crumb!
Are you gonna slap him?
Yeah.
The dead one laughs.
The dead one like twists his own nip a little bit as you do that. He's like, nah.
Should we trust Crumb?
He's like,
Bring him with us?
and he's looking at you guys like, I wouldn't trust me either.
You told the Queen to like... what?
Apprehend him.
Yeah,
Hammering.
but not kill him.
He's like,
That would be for the best.
They just dragging him around.
I like emphasize not killing him to the Queen.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the funny part though.
She has like her guards kind of escort him like,
dragging him.
you know, away from where he could potentially start killing
Just
our own
legs are
guys.
dragging all the time while you're just
Move on back.
hella fast.
And then while you guys are talking to her, like you see Tremaine run ahead, like with a huge troop of dudes, and they're just basically all trying to just attack this creature and force it away from the city, even though it's already like busted down the front gate and the walls and shit.
Oh, that's the north, huh?
Kingslayer.
I had to put it.
Never slayed any kings yet though.
Yeah, the Goblin King.
Oh yeah.
Slit his throat. He's a king. I'm a kingslayer.
Hey, dig on that.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Fucking both heads. A general and a king.
The General Kingslayer.
The generally he's a
General
kingslayer.
Kingslayer.
General Kingslayer.
Roughly translates to Kingslayer.
Yeah, you see like the catapults are like, they're like loading catapults and just hitting this thing, and he's just like not really being, he is being affected by it in the sense that, you know, large artillery is firing on him, but
Doesn't seem to be
damaging him.
concerned about that.
Yeah, he's not too particularly concerned.
It appears to be any weakness to this dead man. Is there anything, or is there anyone else around besides this dead man? Like enemy-wise?
Yes, there's like a shitload of undead like following in his wake.
Oh god.
And then you see him like as like a bunch of soldiers like kind of running up to go attack him, he just like opens his hand like as if to throw something at them, and you see like a portal seems to open like from his palm, and just like these bodies just fall on top of them, and they're just like, oh shit! And just these dead bodies like are coming to life as they're coming out of his hand onto them. And it's just like Undead Fest 09 happening.
We gotta shut that portal.
He just did that to brush away the soldiers, and then he kind of just closed it. So it's almost as if he can just summon undead on command.
What kind of structures? What are the structures he's close
At this
to?
point, he's standing like right here. So there's some buildings.
Okay.
There's these walls that remain.
He's gonna be like, Queen, what do you plan to do?
You like come up to Tremaine.
No, the Queen.
Oh, the Queen. She's all, in all honesty, I have no idea. I just know that he's here for that book of yours.
You should read the book. No, I guess I'm trying to read the book.
I'll flip through like, dead one, dead one, dead one, dead one.
And you see right from the very page, it just like talks about the dead one a lot.
I think it says like, to defeat the dead one? Or to unsummon the dead one?
It would probably take you like an hour of perusing through this
like,
massive
you
book.
guys go, I'm gonna read.
It's like,
I'm gonna find
a chair. It's like hella shenanigans going on in the city. Just like, well, whatever.
He just goes to a cabin and tavern, just reads.
It's like, and then I don't even see anything in there.
Falls asleep.
Alright,
One of the lights.
we
Falling asleep reading the book.
charge up.
No.
Fun.
I don't wanna die.
Not like run straight at him like, we are gonna kill you! Like, kind of go scope this
We gotta
scene
find a
out.
way to get to his height. Like, is there any buildings we can go on, like roofs or anything, like to get closer to him?
Yeah, like I was saying, there's these buildings to the sides of them.
But how tall?
Yeah.
I will say, like, how tall would you say this house is?
Like 10 feet to probably.
But like 12, like I'll say like 15 feet. He probably stands a good 40 feet, like from toe to top of his head.
There's no building that tall though, is there?
No, not at the north side of town. But the walls are 30 feet. But here's the thing though, the walls have been broken on each side, so you kind of gotta jump or fly.
I can do that.
It's Mayroon's digging.
Dude, that's what I was telling this guy. I was trying to think, how big do I want to make him? Because like having that gigantic hand really is a poor to scale kind of thing. Or it just makes him seem super gigantic if his hand is the size of like that street kind of thing.
If it was like as big, like in terms of us,
He's got the
maybe.
dagger of Mehru's
Yeah.
Dagon.
That's still kind of big, but...
Mehru's Dagon, the dagger from Skyrim.
Oh. I do?
Oh, I thought you got it. For one of the Daedric quests.
I haven't played Skyrim in so long.
Oh.
That'd be sick. No, I don't think I have a Daedric dagger.
Is there a way that is there hella troops with us? We got hella dudes.
Yeah, this is basically the brunt of the Nornheim forces are trying to stop this guy.
We need to like find a way to
Always
like
undead.
get them all ropes and like get them to like correlate around him in a circle and try and like tie him down and get him to trip or fall. Just get him on the
Star
ground.
Wars shit, wrap up his ankles so he can't go anywhere.
Well, that's the thing though. All these foot soldiers have tried to get closer to him,
But like from the
But-
roofs.
but the undead, as far as the roofs, no, they're just gone like head on, like they're trained
Time to get out the
The
10-foot
little-
pole and start
It's
poking.
like,
I could get...
they're like
the
raincoats.
book and just be like,
Hey,
one step closer in the
keep the
fucking
line.
bed."
He might pull some crazy magic shit.
Oh, shit, I didn't mean to
teleport
exit out of
you
that.
to his face.
Maybe.
Do it.
Should we do
Do
it?
it.
Should we do it?
Threaten
Should we
his
do that?
book.
Threaten this book with your life.
Can we do that?
You're gonna go try and talk to him as he's rampaging and being blasted.
Well, I'm gonna climb on a roof and yell
Okay.
like from the rooftop.
All right.
What's the dead one's name? Just the dead one? There's not like a...
I think I'm sure he has a name. Like what I wanted to do was make him one of the demon princes from D&D, but then I was like, all right, which one really correlates? Like, you know, like Orcus or Demogorgon, but then I was just like, nah, I'm not even gonna do that. Dead one sounds more intimidating than some bullshit
Dead one
fantasy name.
actually in there, or is that just something you made up?
It's something I made.
Alright, I wasn't sure if it was like an actual D&D thing. Like it wasn't like a...
I'll be like a few houses back, so that way he can't just slam his hand down on the house I'm on.
All right. He's gonna start scaling a roof. What are you guys doing?
I'm thinking I want to try and...
I'm liking Cameron's thought process so far.
Tremaine is just looking at as his
Try to get him
footmen are
around.
dying, and he's like
Get on
trying
the
to
roof
call
and
them
try to
back.
Get onto him.
Yeah.
He's just telling them to repel the undead that are attacking citizens, because now there's just citizens like trying to escape from the northern part of town.
What
He's
kind
just
of
like,
buildings are
shit.
Are any buildings nearby tall enough? Like
Yeah,
you said,
to
the
start
ones-
going in there and like go up to the second story and try and get up there.
Yeah, for sure. The thing is, you're gonna have to clear the path of undead to get to him. And then Tremaine looks over at you. He's like, "What are you guys planning?"
Get up to his
We gotta get out. We gotta get face to face.
He's like, he looks over at his soldiers, and his soldiers are just like, "Hey, we need to clear the path for these guys. Charge for Nornheim!" And they just start like fighting it out, and then you just see like they're clearing it through like a neighborhood to one of the adjacent homes. As far as for Deloach, you're probably gonna be like a few houses down, so you don't have to fight undead necessarily. But you come to like a home that has.
Can I do it? Well, I guess... Just like, can I do it on the opposite side so it like distracts them, but then I'd have to walk like all the way around town, huh?
Yeah. You're like, oh damn it! Well, I do have a lot of reading to do. Do this.
We're climbing up on the opposite side of the street is the road, right?
Over here.
Well, you guys are. They're basically plowing through to clear the way so you could get into like say this house and then.
Okay. Never mind. I was gonna say if you had him distracted, he wouldn't see us trying to jump on.
Well, I could try and distract him still. You might not see his knees. waist. Is he wearing any clothes, like demon clothes?
Nope, he's just butt naked and
Butt naked?
scary. Like, how would I describe him? I guess, I don't want to say that he's just Chernobog, but he's like a larger demon, probably a pale, like, brown, like a sickly brown. Like, he looks
Looks like
almost like
flesh?
an undead that still has flesh, though, but he's, like, decaying, like a large decaying
He's like
demon.
a giant human, or is it like
A demon.
Decaying demon?
Yeah.
Alright, well do your book thing when we run up.
Alright, I'll be like, dead one!
And then you see him, like, kind of look over, and he sees you.
What does he do? I'm like, oh shit. What
And
do I do for
you're
this?
just like,
You
ah!
actually like locks eyes. He's a little bit on himself.
You're going to need to roll. Oh shit, we need to get dice.
I like have a torch underneath his book, like,
Well, like as soon as you address him before you're doing anything, you gotta roll something.
oh my god.
This is gonna have, you can decide if it's gonna need to be either an intelligence or a wisdom check.
Well, I think I use intelligence.
Oh god.
Okay, I don't have to do that. Alright, my wisdom's better now, huh?
Yeah, your wisdom's good.
I went pretty low.
What'd you roll?
15.
A 15? Alright. You're paralyzed in fear
That's good.
just from a stare. It's like, oh god! Oh shit!
Well, what does that do?
You're paralyzed for the round. That means he's probably gonna do something to you and you can't do anything back. Meanwhile, at the other rooftop, you guys have had the path cleared for you.
Kicking in doors and shit.
And you guys like see the little roof latch, and you see him kind of. He has his like head turned from you as he's staring down Deloitte.
What?
You guys are standing about 15 feet high. What's up?
Just make that up.
What?
Paralyzed?
No, I pulled it from that.
Oh,
Isn't paralyzed one of the effects?
I didn't see it in here.
I have that wand. Can I paralyze him?
Can you paralyze him? If it hits him.
Oh no, because I have wand of petrification.
There's
Yeah,
like
you could try to turn him to
petrified,
stone.
helpless.
Yeah, you're helpless then. But you're not, because I don't want to say you're petrified because you fucking turned to stone and that's
Yeah.
gay.
What's a coup de grace?
A coup de grace is like when you basically have somebody and you can kill them like on the spot, and it's what you do to make people surrender kind of thing.
It says you can be the target of a coup de grace.
Yeah. Because like that happens when you become whatever is half of bloodied.
I guess it'd be more like a stun. Grant common advantage, you can't take actions, you can't flank any enemy.
Yeah, there you go. So you're stunned in fear then.
So.
Save ends.
Save ends. That's the end of my turn, right? Can I roll to save it now?
Yeah, I guess so. Go ahead. Hey, it's cleared.
It's like, huh, okay.
You regain your composure after like getting a inverted half chub.
For like, like a minute, just like,
It's getting back to flaccid.
what am I gonna do now?
And as you guys like so what's the marching order for you guys though?
Do that torch thing?
Me and I'll let him poke his head out first.
All right. And yeah, you see the dead one just is like kind of staring down Deloitte.
So where are we in proportion to his body right now?
Am I looking up at him still when I'm on the roof?
Definitely.
I'll say you have to
We're
make
only like 20 feet up and he's like 40 feet tall.
yeah. So you guys are like kind of looking at his butt cheeks.
For the balls?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I open the gates on like left nut?
Like you have to jump just in perfect like alignment of jumping between his legs and just
Grab onto his wiener and just pummel his
Flurry.
legs.
Toward his nuts.
That's when he
But I will say like
accidentally
as far as
hacks
where
his
your roof
face.
is to where he is, it's a good
We're like, are we like
10
waist height?
feet across. Like Because he's like standing in the middle of the road, and the street's like your house is like right over here, kind of thing.
I can't
You
fly.
can fly. I don't know that
Can I
many.
strength check to carry?
Carry? You can
What happens
strength
if I
check
fail?
to
Do I
carry.
fall too, or does he fall?
You both fall if you fail.
I don't like where this is going.
How much?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
Either that
I
or-
wouldn't really look at that. I
Either
just bring up
that-
some random crazy
Yeah.
numbers.
Either that or X Hammer
Yeah, I
can
think
just
it's
make
like
it.
230
He can just
now.
make a dynamic jump
Alright.
for himself.
Yeah, he
Like,
could
I mean,
just
it's,
jump
it's your
himself.
guys'
Can I
call.
give
He's
him
got
something
half
to...
Let me hold on to a rope.
I give you my grappling hook.
No, I don't need to do that. I'll just take my rope. Can I just dangle my 50-foot rope as I fly over so
Then
he
you
can
can get
grab
the rope
on?
hooked onto him. It's just right in the back.
No, it would still count as because like you're either gonna have to hold it when you land on him and then maintain
What if
your
he tied
position.
it?
Yeah, no,
What if
that's
you
what I'm
tied
saying.
it
Like,
off?
if I just hold onto it and give him one end, and I can fly over, and then I can like secure myself there and then help him over.
Yeah, I would say you could do that, but
It's
at
like
the same
stab a
time,
grappling
like
hook into his
if you
flesh.
think
that's what
about
I'm
it
saying.
though, like you know,
Well,
and
it
you're
could
on
rip
him,
Yeah.
like you're like hugging
Once
onto
you
his
get in there
shoulder or
real good.
something, and then he's just like while you're trying to secure this rope for X Hammer to like, oh shit, hold on.
True.
You should just fly over there and X Hammer should jump.
Jump onto him.
That's a good idea. I'll just. All right, so I can fly my speed, right?
I'll hold on to the grappling hook with one hand.
You're just like
So that's 30 feet.
Just jump out with it.
throw the
Like,
shield on your back. All right.
the Wolverine style.
Yeah.
That's 30 feet. Speed 6.
I'm gonna wait till like he gets
Yeah, so
distracted.
10 across, 10 just to get to him, and then you're trying to fly to like his
Well,
head.
alright, so where am I at that point? If I fly straight at him, where am
You
I?
will be like at his like butt cheeks or something. Like I don't know, if he's 40 feet tall, where would his butt cheeks be?
Well, how
Like
tall
another-
are we? Are we 20 feet up?
Like
you
another
guys
10
are
feet
you
up.
guys are about 15 feet up.
So we're about right at his butt crack.
Yeah, you guys are like
Look
looking
at the
right
bottom
at
of his
like
ass.
you guys could look up and see
Dingleberries
like
in your face.
He doesn't have
Dingleberries.
15 feet legs
Oh,
and then
God.
fucking...
a massive
Chunks of-
like upper torso. Nah.
Yeah.
Chunks of
Yeah, you guys are like at the
food
bottom
stuck
He's
of
in
like half and half.
booty.
Can I?
Make it quick, cause he's about to do something to the light.
All right. Can I fly? I'll fly to like right by his neck. I'm gonna try. Can I try and do it stealthily, meaning like he doesn't know I land there?
It's gonna be a very hard
But he's
sell.
looking at Deloitte, so
Yeah,
if
but I
don't
mean, how are you not gonna feel somebody that's like 6 feet out of your 40
you don't
feet?
always feel a mosquito land on you.
Yeah, but you're not a mosquito.
You're like a
6
fucking...
feet? Like you're probably
Alright,
6
I'm
feet tall
40,
out of the
alright.
40 foot tall guy. Like imagine
Like
a
a small
football
bird.
landing on your back or something, or like not a skateboard, but yeah,
a
like
small bird.
like a bird landing on your back.
Alright.
You would unless depending on how good this stealth check is gonna be, I'll sell
Is
it.
there gonna be a penalty for not stealthing? 'Cause either way, I'll
Well,
land
yeah,
on him.
you're gonna be discovered.
Well, either way, I'll be discovered though, right?
Yeah,
If I don't stealth.
there's no penalty
More like a
from.
surprise attack, right?
All right, I'll just attempt to stealth. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do.
Alright.
With foot pads? So I'll be
I'll say
landing on
yeah,
him.
because you have to fucking use
your feet on it.
everything. So
Yeah,
your
yeah.
feet are also stealth. Yeah, I'll sell it. I'll let it.
I rolled a 7, so never mind. It's only 27.
At that same moment, X hammering, what are you doing? You just saw fucking Mustache go jump on his back.
I would have fly hand.
On his shoulder, right?
Or you were going for the back of his neck?
So like the next, like kind of like
Like
shoulder.
probably okay. So one of the shoulders.
So
you
where's his flesh in front of me? Off the side of the roof?
Like 10
Like,
feet out?
yeah,
He's-
you
he's
it's
about, like,
10
right here
it's
for
10
him,
feet
or
out,
something?
and you see like the start of his butt cheeks.
Okay.
No,
Well, can I grab like grappling hook
yeah, you can pull out your grappling hook.
and fucking jump off and right
Try to latch it into him.
latch it into him to climb up?
Should use axe
Yeah, well,
and
the whole thing,
grappling
the
hook.
whole thing itself, I will say it's going to be an athletics check
Alright.
to jump from roof 10 feet across. You're gonna have to make a 10-foot bound onto his butt cheeks and then jam your shit in it. And just,
Yeah.
Could he have a running start?
You can get a running start. You
Yeah.
could go.
That's what I was gonna do.
You guys
Yeah, I
have
was like,
anything for
That's a
running start?
+2.
okay.
So Crane's wings already, it gives me a +2 to my
I get a +2?
Yeah.
No, it's when because the Crane Wings has that jump ability where I can jump a certain distance, but it says if it's athletics based, it also gives you a range.
All right, you do hit.
Alright.
So the dead one, as he is about to do something to Deloach, he just feels this shit latch on him, and he's just like, and then you see it, he kind of reaches back. At this point, it's going to be a dex-based save check. So you roll, it's a dex check for you. And it's a dex check for you as well, because his other hand's reaching for his butt
Is it your
cheeks.
check or your mod?
Your check.
Wow.
Another 7.
Another 7. Fuck me.
7?
Well, I fall.
That was almost a 20.
It's not a fall.
20...
It's even worse than this.
So the totals,
21.
21,
19.
19. You both are grabbed.
21 from a 14?
Oh, shit. No, it's 23.
23.
Yeah,
23
not much.
fails as well.
Oh, yeah.
You both are in his hands now, and he's holding you guys, and he's looking at you two.
Can I go?
Yeah, now it's Deloach's turn.
Can I shoot him in the eyes with like an icy ray?
Yeah.
In his eyeballs?
This is gonna be
Alright.
against his.
Reflex.
Okay.
Right eyeball. Hey!
Also,
Rolled
he can't really attack since both of his
30.
hands are occupied.
Yeah, he can't.
33.
But he can just crush you guys.
Yeah.
Wait,
33.
I got my shield right there.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
No?
my
Jesus
shield a little
Christ.
bit. I'm in my shield.
No, 35.
35.
Yeah. Well, I don't even feel like I should roll.
Kind of feels like I do very long sword.
What about a
Well,
37?
you're basically grabbed at this point. At 37, no.
Uh,
I think useful.
40? Maybe.
maybe?
What can we do?
By maybe, I mean,
nothing.
At this point, you can roll to break the grab.
Well, no, like if this guy can't even hit him, how are we gonna?
So a 40 would hit?
You gotta.
I'll do 40.
A 40 would hit. I could roll it. Wait, you're gonna use heroic effort or something to get 40? Alright, roll the damage.
That wasn't a roll. That was Butterfingers.
Butthole fingered.
18 damage.
18 damage.
His eye is immobilized.
Alright, well, it just kind of hits him in the same way that a massive, like, rock pelting him in the chest would have. He's like, you know,
It's like
distracted
a
by it,
splued shot of ice in his
but
face.
he's just, like, unaffected, essentially.
Hit him in the face,
Being
though?
dominated.
Yeah, it hit him in
That
the
is
face.
man.
Because, I mean, it's a huge target. You're like...
Maybe like mind control. That's the only thing I think.
One shot directly for his eyebrows.
And then at the same moment that you had done that, what are you guys doing?
What's
being grabbed.
You guys
What's,
can roll to... You can attempt to break. You
Yas.
choose either
what's
his
dominating?
fortitude or reflex.
I'll take his
Dominating is
reflex.
like mind control.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Reflex.
Alright.
So what is it against? Or what is it?
Your acrobatics versus his reflex.
That's even. Is that an 8?
That's an 8.
Sweet! One more than my last 2 rolls.
Yeah!
I do nothing.
You're going to attempt to break. It'll be athletics against his fortitude or acrobatics against his reflex.
Athletics.
Alright. See if you can
2 7s and
break
8.
his defense.
That sucks.
Ooh, come on, baby.
And I will say that it would have...
Yeah. I rolled 5. 20.
Oh.
You guys are firmly grasped, but then, you know, the grip sort of loosened just a little bit from getting splooged in the face from that ice. And just at that exact moment... Hold on. Don't look. I was setting some shit aside. Rolling in from this side of the street are a shitload of familiar faces. specifically
Pirates! It's the river rats! Oh shit.
and like they're fucking lugging out cannons that they're like started firing, and then also a fireball hits his face as well, and you guys drop like out of his hands because like these cannon fire along with the fireball and the ice attack. It's Jiraiya too.
Whose turn is it now?
We take damage
But
from
you guys
falling.
are going to make basically a 30-foot fall. So
Fall on my
roll
shield.
3d10.
3d10s worth of damage. I'll let you guys roll how much damage you take.
Hopefully it'll be as good as my other rolls today. An 8 and a 4.
3 what? D10s?
And a 9. Oh, great.
Now they're good when they're against you.
Oh, it's D10, huh?
How many? 3?
Yeah.
8, 9, and 4, so...
Hey, you guys should let him do it.
I said it'll let us
I never let do it.
9 damage.
roll.
Or it was a
Alright,
3,
you-
1, and a 5.
Alright, you take 9, you take... I don't know what you rolled, but...
Hella high.
Better take that damage.
21.
Did we wrestle?
Or-
Are we still...
No.
Okay.
You guys fall, and there's just mayhem surrounding you. Like, there's just undead, like, ravaging soldiers and
Can I like
buildings.
put that book away and like make the fake one
Alright.
and then light it on
Press to
fire
digitize it.
and like leave it in front of him?
And he just looks over at you. And then you see him kind of frown a bit. And then his frown just kind of curls Grinch style. And then he aims his hand at you. Oh my god! This is going to... You guys gotta roll your defenses against what happens. At this point you can roll to dodge, or you can take this attack that he's about to do.
What's the dodge?
Acrobatics. Or athletics to like jump away.
Trying to figure out where I'm at.
Yeah, you guys are like at his feet essentially.
I'll try and dodge it.
Sacrobatics.
I don't think I dodged it.
What's the total?
15.
Yeah. It doesn't dodge it. Just like in his left hand, like another portal seems to coalesce, except undead aren't coming out of it. It just seems to be like a collective of eldritch energy, and this huge eldritch blast just launches, and you don't manage to dodge it, but you do take 31 damage, and that whole home has been decimated. You're kind of like, ah!
In some rubble right now.
Yeah, you're just laying in some rubble, affected by it. Eldritch energy.
Well, at least I have my
31.
books. I'm just kidding. Second gen, right? I'm gonna try to fit.
But yeah, you guys are like basically, so you're laying in a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
The river rats are like, oh my god, Deluge, he's dead. You're like, I don't know.
They fake that.
They
yeah.
think that, but then like there's just they kind of charge forth, or the main ones charge forth. You got Kelson, Shield,
But
Saber,
those villains just come
Luffy. They kind of rush over to see
The
what
fucking master sorcerer. It's like he reincarnates himself into bodies like every 100 years. Like in the new body.
So what are you guys doing at this point?
That's why Kinu's gotta keep my baby alive.
It'll be me. Let's see. Thieves? Oh,
Kinu?
Kino. Either you guys, I don't know what you guys
I
wanna
wanna make my way over toward
do. The rat side of town.
The river rats, where they're kind of aiming at him. And
Yeah,
shit.
because like the other river rats are with them, and
Yeah.
like Mordwin's with them, little Jimmy's with them,
Yeah.
and they're kind of just like loading the cannons and just
Yeah.
firing on them.
I'm thinking about doing something fucking insane. I'm gonna be like, hey, get that cannonball out of there.
Well, you still have to get over there.
Yeah, I
And
just walked
there
over.
is a shitload of undead around you that are going.
I know, I'm
towards
gonna
you.
fucking fight my way over there.
All right, So, meanwhile, Muzgash, what are you doing on this side of town?
I'm gonna do something so stupid.
I can't.
Are you gonna get in there?
Look at that cannon.
Hammering the Dwarven
Look
cannonball.
at the cannonball, dude. I'm gonna pick up
Maybe I
that
can just
jeweled
climb up.
Valerian longsword.
You're just gonna attempt to climb up on him as he's just like monitoring like all the mayhem that he's causing. I will say yes, you can.
Put a bunch of holy water all over it.
Unless there's another house that's somewhat nearby. I guess that's the same roof there.
Yeah.
I guess I'll attempt to climb back to the roof and attempt to
All right. I'm sure. Oh, well, you can roll the athletics check. See if you can climb this 15-foot roof.
No, 3.
Total though, with your athletics.
18.
Oh, you're not the strength one anymore. 18 though. For 15 feet. Actually, you do manage to climb it with an 18. So you're like just barely though. You're just like, oh shit! Like after falling and taking that damage, you manage to get onto the roof. Deloitte.
Well, as a miner, not even getting up. I'm just gonna like pound a
A potion.
health potion.
What kind of structures are over here? Okay.
It's this side of town is the market side. So little smaller structures, like a lot of kiosks kind of thing.
I'll stand up as my move. Throw that bottle down and then crack another one.
Alright.
Chugging potions like a Cameron's bruise.
I'm a wizard.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't roll that.
Those are my
D8.
potions.
Hey, you roll your d8s for that.
I need to find some like holy water or something.
Nice.
In the market.
Well, you still have to get out of Dodge first. Get the hell out of
I
Dodge.
gotta find something. I gotta find a way.
So as Muzgash is climbing up this roof, Axe Hammer is fighting his way through undead, like kind of bobbing through the crowds essentially. You just see like the dead one charging up another Eldritch Blast, and he just launches it at one of the catapults, and like you just see soldiers like, oh my god, diving away, and it just like explodes, and just like, oh no, woo! And he's just laughing. At this point, he doesn't even seem to be concerned about, because he just saw Deloach burn his book. That's why he just tried to burn Deloach. So it's like now that the book's destroyed in his mind, he's probably just gonna destroy the city.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Muzgash.
try and jump back on.
Gonna
You have
attempt
the
it again.
remnants of the book?
It was a fake book.
He used the prestidigitation of make a book to,
Oh, okay. Cool.
but all he did was provoke him.
I'm like he was gonna lead anyway.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck the dead one.
Can't reason.
Well, you're
with
gonna
undead.
attempt to jump on him again? Stealthily? Can you like fly on demand basically? Oh no.
Only once per encounter, technically. I can jump on command. I guess I'll at least, well, it would be 2 different rolls, wouldn't it, to jump and to stealth?
Yeah, you can still do it. I mean, but here's the thing though, you have to roll to see if you successfully jump first.
Yeah.
And then see if that jump was stealthy.
Athletics, but probably not going to be too good.
Roll over towards that hammering. He seems to have some good luck on that side table. That's 20.
Great!
17?
My you! Oh, 17.
Oh, I thought it was a 20. You said
Oh, it looked like
wasted
a 20 from here.
Total?
32.
32, alright, you managed to make the jump. The stealth.
20.
He doesn't notice you head jump. A 32, where were you trying to jump? Well, I guess it would just be a direct jump anyway. So you're essentially like at his waist. You're kind of latched onto his waist and he doesn't notice you. At this point, that's hammering.
So, how far along am I along?
Like you see the river rats and you see Kelson and he kind of flags you down. And he's like, there's been hell that happened in the west. Luckily, we remembered that cove you guys had us plant and we escaped back there.
Thank God.
But with that massive army, we knew we had to bring some artillery.
So we're here, good men, and there is shit going down.
And then he looks at the river rats, he's like, fire! And he just like is kind of leading them to fire on like the dead one. It's like, what should we do?
Where's Mustache? Where's Crumb? Have some foot soldiers search the market area for...
What foot soldiers?
Oh, I thought you said it was like fucking foot soldiers all over the place.
Remain.
Like it's like...
Oh, you're talking to Kelson of the river rats.
Alright, okay.
All he commands is like
Just a
10 other pirates that are manning the cannons at this point.
Pirate dudes. Have a
He's
couple
like-
of the pirate dudes.
Like, sir, look for what?
Some fucking holy water or something. I don't know. Just look for something that can kill this dude.
It's like, is there a church in this city? And then they're like, well, I don't know, man. We just got here.
Is there?
There is, in the Queen's quarters.
It's like... oh, God! No, I'm not going to go out there. I'm getting in that fucking cannonball.
You're gonna get into a
I'm
canyon.
getting into the cannon.
And then, like, the river rats are all looking at each other like,
We need to get on top of that.
kind of, like, start lugging it out. It's like, where do you want us to fire you?
At his head.
Alright. This is going to be... What would this be? This would essentially be an athletic check for you to land, like, I don't know what you're trying to do. Just hit him, like,
I'm trying to...
as a cannonball, or trying to land on his face.
I want to, shoot out onto him so I can grab on and just start... Like, just
Alright.
to the side of
It's
his
going to be an
dome.
athletics check.
And then, like, okay. Misses, and I just, like, hit his fucking balls. Just, like, goonk, and just hit the ground.
This athletic check is going to depend, is what's going to dictate what happens.
Yeah, I know, that's what scares me. Oh! 23?
23. Alright, Shield's like, Ex-Hammered, you're a crazy motherfucker, and it'll be my honor to fire you at this bastard.
Do it!
And he pulls the cord at this moment. Deluge.
Who did that?
Shield, the other door. So Deluge just
The
like,
sick dude we
get
found
it
in
up.
the sewer? Oh no, this is a different dude.
This is one of the river rats, the
Yeah,
Gorgon
yeah.
river rat that you fought with.
Cool.
Now that I feel way better. I'm up. Can I see like any catapults around?
The catapults are on, well, you're essentially on the eastern side. The catapults are on the western side.
What's around me? Nothing?
At this point, just besides that rubble, you're like in an empty neighborhood. Like it's already been evacuated at this point.
Can I see this guy?
You can see him like towering over, like, you know, like say you're amidst rubble of a building right here. Here's like another house, and it's like that, and then you just see like the dead one like right there, just like still
Where's the queen?
causing man. She's on the east, the western side with like all her soldiers and Tremaine and shit.
She's on the west side too?
Yeah.
I start heading west.
Okay.
Sneakily.
All right, roll it. Stealth.
Oh. Do I have to?
Yeah. Unless you want to spend a turn fighting undead, fighting your way through.
That's my good turn a little bit.
Oh,
So fucking hot here. My juice!
dope.
I feel like yesterday I was sweating, like passing out, just
When we
sitting
were
there.
sitting here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright.
dude, come on.
Have him keep going on to
Yeah,
the
I plug
diner.
that. Love that
One.
shit.
37.
Alright, so you managed to make it over to the west side.
Alright,
Like, am I right next to...
Like you see Tremaine, like you just waded through, made it, and then you see like Tremaine like kind of directing more fire and like for them to abandon it if they're gonna get blasted, but
I see the queen.
yeah.
I'm gonna approach her.
Alright.
Be like,
And she says,
my queen!
it's like, Deloach or whatever, like, what's going on?
This guy almost killed me! Sorry to say, but Nornheim is gonna fall. This guy's unstoppable.
And then like the soldiers like around you are just like, oh my god. And then you hear one of them say, or actually roll a perception check to hear this. We'll see if you hear.
Another 20.
Oh, damn. But you hear one of them, he says to his buddy, he's like, man, and after fighting now, I had just enough money to ask the wyvern that one question I needed. And I'll never know.
Wyvern.
I don't know if you guys remember hearing about it earlier when you guys first got in there.
Well, they never said anything about it. We just heard someone mention it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you guys never looked into it, you jerks.
Well,
It's supposed to be a cool creature for you guys to interact with. Meanwhile, Muzgash hanging on to the waist.
most guys here.
Yeah, you just hear not going getting louder and louder as it approaches.
You gotta hear that first boom first.
Yeah.
Hella weird rascal. It's like, what the fuck is that? Is that like a building on fire?
Can I stealth?
So here's the thing with stealth climbing. It's going to be half your speed or half your speed is a stealth check. So essentially your speed is 6, right? So for every 15 feet you climb on him. So basically you have to make 2 stealth checks to get to his head. Or 1 to get to like his upper back or something.
Just twist his bits.
Which one? Evening? Or early?
I don't know, where are you trying to attempt to climb his head?
Any part of it that appears.
I just want to see if I was going to close all the lanes like I did last
From where you
Dead?
are,
No.
roll perception
Close
check.
up all the
From what
cabinets.
I've seen.
From what you've
Probably.
seen, I'll factor that in.
That's a 1.
Okay. Not that you had recognized at this point.
This is just stealth is not open.
Alright, stealth check, followed by an athletics check. That's a 5.
What do I do over there?
What's the stealth though?
But do I have to roll stealth? So I guess I'm not going anywhere.
No,
right?
it's a stealth first. Because you have to secure that you're every
so it wasn't totally
like
flat.
climb up.
13?
Total.
What's the second one? Athletics?
Yeah.
28.
Alright, so you managed to climb up about 15 feet unnoticed.
I didn't stealth it though.
What was the stealth total?
Oh, 5 plus
Plus 2.
20.
Yeah.
Did you stealth?
It was a stealth climb. So you're like at like the middle of his back. Still, he doesn't notice
What do you hold it into?
his flesh. So
Like
even
pinching his...
even note
It's
like
kind of rotting.
ever
fucking,
so
like,
ever so
wrinkly.
gently like
That's all you need, man.
at the same
There's
at
spider
that same
technique.
moment.
Oh, you got
Eggs hammering. You see him and he's just like "Ugh," and you fucking are like right there. Your little body's just like
it.
on
Latch
his
under his cheek.
you're like latched onto the side of his face.
Can I at that moment just fucking try and take my axe and right in his eye?
You can. It's going to be a melee basic. But you have to first roll an athletics check to see if you can maintain a good hold
Okay.
to get a
Climb his
primary
belly,
attack.
Like a whale, just like chop my way out. Oh, damn.
Oh. 19.
19 versus AC. It like embeds into his face, and he's just like,
I thought it was the athletics to hold.
oh, the 19 to hold. You don't maintain a good grip. You start to slide down his faces.
Oh shit! Can I do?
You can try to attack him, but you'll take a penalty at this point.
Can I take my axe and drive it into to hold myself where I'm at?
To hold?
Yeah.
I'll say yeah, but you still are taking a penalty for that.
Okay.
Failed.
All right.
Yeah.
That's chill.
Here it goes then.
Woo! Is this just an athletics? Or is this an actual
this is a
hit
melee
now?
basic
So I get
attack.
to go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick.
But note that this is the dead one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna allow me to stay right there for.
Also, his AC is probably like 40 something.
Oh yeah, it's probably insane. I just wanna somehow get a.
Not
You
fail
gotta
this.
find ways to
Not fail this
attack
attempt.
without actually having to roll.
Gotta hold some cannons.
Cannons. Moving.
Or the wyvern.
Wait, as I was fucking going down, could I use an action point to fucking get another to fucking use a melee basic to stay where I'm at and then fucking just do my
Here's
hit?
the thing though, your axe would at that point be embedded as a holding thing.
Yeah, I would have to
Shield
just.
But here's the
Shield
thing,
in
your
the eye.
shield is in your back. It's been on your back the whole
I
time.
just get good.
You're all,
With the side of it, like right in his face, because I'm on his cheek,
Kicking his
and I'm picturing
Here's
it
the
like
thing,
this.
you're not shield proficient, but so as far as the damage you're trying to do won't be
Sufficient.
like
It won't
be like your axe attack.
Oh yeah. But if I could take out his eye,
Well, if you
That
have
would
to
be
you have
sick.
to secure your hold
Oh,
first on his
yeah,
face.
that was what
So
the axe
roll
came in,
roll the
yeah.
axe first.
So the melee basic.
Really?
30. Oh. Damn. Alright, his AC is jacked as fuck.
So your hold and your axe attack had failed. You're falling the full 30.
Woo! Man, it was worth
Roll
it.
another 3d10s.
Woo!
Does this guy have any hair on his head?
Not really. But like this flesh seems to be peeling, but he does have one horn and another one that's like partially broken, I guess. Like it's a horn still, but it's not like a curled bull horn.
13 damage.
13 damage. All right. And at this point, roll either an acrobatics or an athletics, because he noticed a motherfucker jump on his face and fall down, and he's aiming his hand at you.
Woo!
So now you're rolling to dodge this eldritch blast.
Athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics is your call.
How much damage you take?
13 from falling.
He
Damn.
doesn't take as
Woo!
much as I did that first round.
And that first one was brutal.
Oh shit, wait. Let me take
Fucking 29
29.
athletics.
All right, you're going to take half of this.
Alright.
Because you managed to get away, but it's some huge blast, so you're
Yeah,
still
so
taking the
a
back.
little-
Yeah, from
Even though my
behind.
shield's on my
Even though your shield's on your back. But you failed to roll anyway.
Come on!
Ooh. So 11 damage. So and you just
That's
you
a
just
low
get
price to
launched-
pay to do something that insane.
Yeah.
You just get launched away. It's like that part
But
of the street is just completely obliterated.
Woo!
Meanwhile, Deloitte,
It's
you're
like, he's
like
a
standing
crazy
with the
son of a
queen.
bitch. Just sees me start chucking back over here. I'm like, alright, that didn't work.
Ask her.
Let's do it again. Does anybody else have an idea?
Like, does she have any silver
Sorry.
weapons or blessed weapons?
Sergeant Spears
She
from
doesn't.
Band of
How
Brothers.
about some holy
Or
water?
the fucking village.
It's like there might still be
Oh,
some in the
Still
church
saving
if it
fucking
hasn't melted, like it hasn't
Forgive the
frozen over.
I'm You're like, can
Go
you go
back.
get someone to
Everyone-
fetch it?
Alright,
She's like,
let's
I
let's
will.
finish
And she
idea.
like talks to like 2 of these
You're
soldiers.
crazy son of a bitch!
They start booking it.
What's this Wyvern everyone keeps talking about?
It's like the Wyvern of Nornheim. He was here when the city was built, and basically what happens is if you give him 1,000 gold, you can ask him any question and he will answer it. But at the cost of that gold, he will also ask you a question. Here's the thing though, everything that he answers is true. So people save their question and their money to find out like the one thing that they need to figure out like in their lives kind of thing.
How are we gonna kill this motherfucker?
Goss?
I'll kick down some gold. I don't know this,
You're like,
but
Yeah, you don't know this at the time, you're just like...
just think, Moy will reimburse me for some of it.
I don't know, I'm thinking of, that was the first thing I could think of was this guy, but
Now it's
where's
like,
the Wyvern?
oh, the
You're on a
Wyvern,
state right now?
he's in a well.
You're on a
The
state
Wyvern
right
of the
now?
well.
I can't
And the
play
well
with
is in the
Amerath,
very
actually
center of
stay on
town.
But I ain't climbing on him.
He's
Now
climbing
you
on the
gotta-
same time.
Yeah, you gotta go.
First time at the same time.
The one that crashed on
Is there a
the
horse?
Yeah, I was on his back though.
And then you see a counterman, he's like, no, I don't want,
You stealth
I don't want,
though, so
I
there's
took
no one
this.
there, yeah.
I don't want to charge in there.
I didn't know because I was like,
Yeah.
they're probably
So
just
you
like,
can
jump,
take my
try to
horse and
grab
ride
it.
it, wherever.
Something.
Can I ride the horse to the...
I think I was
to
just
the
on
well?
his back.
You can't.
So,
At this point, Moy climbing still, unnoticed after all the shenanigans. You just saw like, what you did see though was X Hammered hit the ground and like kind of just sprout up and start booking it and this explodes this like, oh, and he kind of, ow! And just like,
Dips.
oh shit, as you're
You'll be
climbing.
you've been through less. Shed a single tear.
Crazy son of a bitch.
Crazy
It's just like,
possible. No, I said with like an accent. That was weird. Alright.
climbing to his head,
Running away, going like,
stealth voice, and then athletics.
Stealth says, gotta roll towards a 10.
roll towards me.
Stealth
Oh, mine's
first, 31.
All right,
Shit!
32.
Everybody's
still
taking my
unnoticed.
juice.
Everybody's taking my juice.
That was fun.
Athletics.
Yeah. So at this point,
27.
you're like theater planted like on like his like right here on his traps or whatever, and you're like latched onto the back of his head. What are you gonna do now?
I want to look one of those eyes.
Yeah.
You're on the back of
yeah.
his
Go
head,
for
so
it.
it's like
Can I like peek, can I get up to the top of his head and like
Go
wave
over his
like kind of
I
like
will say with a so what was your total athletics?
27?
27. All right, I will say you're like climbed over like his
on
head.
top of his
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, oh, and he doesn't notice, but you can hear guards like, yeah! They're just like fighting it out with undead. He's like, they all see that, and he's just like blasting shit and fucking lobbing out
No
more
place for
undead.
that.
Like Crane's wing his eye.
What are you gonna what?
Like Crane's wing his eye, so I can use that jump from his head to his eye.
Grappling hook.
So you're
So
gonna.
you can pull yourself back up.
So you're gonna, from his head, you're gonna jump to his face and just like sock him and then fall or something? Or I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do.
Does he have hair on his head?
Not really.
Oh yeah, you break your stealth down.
Tie a rope to the hair on his head? Like,
You could like throw it down
And
and
just go.
down. He's gonna know after you hit him.
Yeah. I'm thinking hella crazy shit.
That way at least you'd have something to hang on to.
Yeah, it is.
Like, put this Eldritch Blast! It's
Action point. Eldritch Blast. It's like, damn. It's like,
you
the
take 72 damage. You're dead.
Yeah.
Can I tie my rope around?
Alright. Later, guys.
One of his
It's like,
3d10 lightning damage.
Alright,
no
it'll be
saving
a
throw.
stealth check for this.
just
Just to like kind of like throw it over to loop and then kind of like get a
Yeah.
quick secure without him noticing. Or unless you just want him to notice.
I don't want to know this.
Alright. 12?
27, 32.
32. So your rope just kind of... it's just, and he's just like, he just swipes, like, you just see him like kind of lean and swipe away a shitload of soldiers and just getting killed. But there is a secure rope now at this point. Meanwhile, Hammering
It's a
on the west
50-foot rope too, though,
Yeah. So it will dangle.
to the ground.
Yeah, and he doesn't notice this.
That's right.
There's a rope that goes to his head that he doesn't know is there.
The rope that goes to his head.
From where? It's tied to the antler, goes all the way. It's tied from his horn, goes all the way to the ground.
Oh shit.
Here's the thing, though. If you're 40 feet and a 6-foot, 200-pound dwarf grabs onto a rope that you don't know is hung on there,
He just doesn't know it's there yet.
he'll be like, what the heck? See this guy like,
Or you get hella people to pull on it to fuck with it.
yeah, that's true. That too. That's true too. What's Axe Hammer gonna do while this is happening? Because here's the thing.
I'm gonna say
Axe Hammer's on the eastern side. This is the horn that you latched onto. The western side.
But I could see that, right? As I'm running back.
At this point, no.
Oh shit. Where can I see it from?
You can see him. You can see it from the west side. Or yeah,
Where's
you're
the lowest?
because you're
West
running.
side?
He's on the west side, but he's riding away on a horse
To go see the...
to go see the wyvern.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Axe Hammer's hanging out with the river rats, like, oh
Yeah.
shit, guys.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Hopefully, the Queensguard or
Shit.
something.
Can I see him up there on his
So
head?
funny, like,
No.
I can't see it.
No.
Oh, okay. Shit.
never mind.
Yeah, because think of it this way:
Like,
if
you
you were like,
See, I'm
Yeah,
underestimating how
you know, it's
huge
like,
he is.
yeah,
I figured I could see all
you're-
this shit.
yeah, you wouldn't be able to see. Like
he's
he's standing there like this, but picture like you like right
Yes.
here, and you see this massive thing.
You don't see the
Now
left
it's
side.
my
Yeah, you don't see that
Like,
left side. He's climbing up there and like securing a rope
Is he
on the.
moving it all to like where?
Well,
I can see it on the
he's,
right.
he's
So
fighting
you
the
want
brunt
question?
of the forces here.
Okay.
The answer
So
is
he
yes.
doesn't. You can't
Okay.
really see.
It's not really.
Oh, yeah, it's like
How do I
you
defeat
see
the
anything.
dead
Yeah, enough
squishy.
for it to be like.
Yeah,
And plus, he still has the other end of the
It's like,
rope.
I only had 1,000 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
run
spent
back
it all
to
this
him
damn stuff.
and I'm gonna say,
Hit him with it.
aim the fucking cannons at his knees.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're firing like all over on this side.
I'm gonna go back to him and be like,
Yeah, we're funny.
The bonus is
I wanted to send a runner over to start tugging, telling everybody, I'm gonna run back in there. Fuck it.
You're gonna run back into the shenanigans. You're gonna run to the west side.
I'm gonna run to the west side.
All right. At this
here's,
point,
here's all the guards cheering. He looks back and he sees me.
Shit.
I need to get over there. And yeah, so the river rats continue their assault of the eastern side of the dead one. Meanwhile, Deloitte,
Yeah, we're still undead just pouring in.
you ride through like the Queen's Gate. There's like no guards there. I mean, there's like 2 guards stationed there, and they're just like, ooh. And you see like there's hella traffic. All of the townsfolk are like all gonna coalesce inside of.
I'm just gonna be like, this thing's crazy. I've never ridden a horse before.
Oh my ass!
But do I reach like the center of town?
Yeah,
Is the well there?
you see the well.
Is there like people?
Not going in the well.
I'm gonna like run up to the well and look down it real quick.
And you see that there's like a rope.
Is it
Well,
filled?
not a
Like-
rope, but like I don't know, maybe like bars or something to climb down. Because I
Is it
mean,
like-
people go in and out of there all the time, kind of thing.
Is there water that way?
No, it's an
No?
empty well. Below is where the wyvern is.
The wyvern's land.
I thought,
Can I just like
wasn't he good?
Start climbing down.
put a grappling hook and like rappel it down?
Yeah.
Where's he going now?
Oh, okay.
But as you get to the bottom, you just see like this dimly lit, looks like a subterranean chamber, like a cave sort of look to it. Except there are just mounds and mounds of gold everywhere.
Try and like
And then you see
Oh,
this
people
small
over
dragon
the river
kind of
rats
just laying there.
fucking like go and start like causing shenanigans.
Like a dog putting garbage.
So then we
But-
have more distractions.
And then he
Until,
notices
like, the
you and he's
whole
like,
soldiers up there did.
hello.
And then fucking
Wyvern?
maybe like shoot myself.
And then
in
you
the
see him
hand
kinda look
somewhere,
around.
like kind of behind him or something.
Well, people on the western
Is
side
that
see
your
the
question?
I didn't pay any gold yet.
Oh yeah.
road. It could either
I
Is that
am.
your question?
I am.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Touche.
But
I am the wyvern of the well.
When I get there,
What brings you here?
I have a question for you.
At that moment, Muzgash, what's going on?
Power of you fucking pussies!
Should I hit this rope?
Going on with Murphy.
Did you get an eye? Did you get an eye?
What do you mean hit this rope? You're just gonna...
I'm gonna swing.
Oh shit! To his face?
Yeah.
Alright. I will say
Dagger out.
if you succeed this athletics check, you get a bonus +2. If you fail it, you get a -2 and you fall. But you still get to attack him either way.
That's a 3.
Ah.
Damn.
Oh! Alright, roll whatever attack you're gonna do to him.
That's a 14.
Oh, you can do that trained wing.
Alright, so you're like... Falcon punch status.
Dagger, man.
Or, yes, you got the dagger in your hand.
You got like
It's like a
fist dagger.
it's like a
Like
sigh.
you hold the dagger like a fist dagger.
Yeah, like a fucking sigh, the fucking
Yeah.
like Raphael's shit. So,
here.
It's only 32.
32. You do like
Is
embed.
he like a surprise at all? Because he doesn't know that I'm there or that the rope's there, so I am gonna
Yeah,
swing.
but
into his...
the whole swing with the failed athletics check though, he'll feel that lightweight tug, and then he'll see you, and you just kind of, and as you punch him, your like hand and the dagger's embedded in his face, but then he just kind of goes like this. And you roll 3d10s. Woo!
Hey, you roll.
You roll it.
I roll it. All right.
It's gonna be more than the last time.
It's like 9, 10, 9.
1, 1, 1.
There's a 6. Oh, there's a
Better than mine so far.
Right there.
2. 8.
1.
Ooh, and a 9, so 17 damage.
21 the first time.
And you kind of just land like next to, amidst like a bunch of soldiers, and just like, oh,
17.
oh shit. Yep, and at this point, roll either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
So does he take any penalties for that eye gouge? Or
It didn't affect him.
holy shit? That's a 12.
29.
All right. You're gonna take half of this damage, but after he threw you, he saw where he threw you, and you just went,
Well, I have no idea how to fucking do it.
boom, and this like massive eldritch blast gets launched.
We gotta get that guy on the
You
ground.
take
We gotta get him on the ground somehow. Something I can think of.
half of 23. Yeah, you take 12 damage.
Listen to this on
I'm
acid.
gonna use that shit to take no
A banana though?
All right, nice. At this point, Axe Hammering, you're now on the western side. Woo!
Alright. So,
You hear Tremaine. The undead are pushing us back. Fall back.
yeah.
Fall back. Ah. And then you just hear like the coalescing of like eldritch energy again, and he's just like, oh shit! And this eldritch blast just comes, hits Tremaine, and he just gets launched like right at your feet. And then he looks at X and he's like, oh my god! Holy shit! I was like, oh damn! And I fucking just grab him like, what are you getting yourself into, to drag him away?
So, fucking try to, like, I don't think I can pick him up. He's pretty big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a
no place for children.
But I
dragging him
found
away.
no place for children, you dumb motherfucker. As this little like tiny
Bill
dwarf is
Moore,
yeah.
scolding some guy in like hell elaborate armor.
Yeah. But yeah, you're dragging him away.
Tremaine.
Like he's like trying to direct his guys, and then he just gets blasted.
Can I just fucking, like, get him behind, like, a building, so he's just,
Yeah,
like,
you could pull him back, because like the troops, like he was in the front lines with the troops, and he gets blasted to the back lines where you're at.
Yeah.
And so he's just like,
You
oh.
sick, crazy motherfucker. Damn it.
So did he destroy the rope?
No. He just plucked you off of his face and threw you, and then blasted at you, but you managed to avoid it. Yeah. And then this rope is just, this 50-foot rope just dangling to the ground. He's just like,
Dude, it's like, Learn anything while you were up there? I said that while
Does he
I'm over
speak?
him.
Who?
The
The
dead
dead
one.
one?
He's
Barely.
only
Like, he hasn't
wrecking house
really...
because he thinks the
Said the
fucking
thing
book's
is-
destroyed now. So it
Yeah.
has to do
He
with
just been
that book,
laughing?
man. We have to
Yeah,
figure out what to do with that
just
shit.
enjoying in the mayhem
And
and
like saying,
terror.
Yeah. Like leaking
Just start chanting shit at him,
Fuck, I was gonna do something when I was on his head, but I completely forgot.
This is like Erwin at level 30.
This is me getting to go ham on you guys. This is the DM. How to kill me. This is my arena. Yeah, at this point, like, Moy, you're like around where actually, yeah, I'm fucking
Well, I had
but yeah, you guys are kind of all together. You guys and Tremaine and like the Queen and shit. You guys are just like, oh.
like, what I missed while I was gone. I'll say that. Like,
Queen's
you
like-
guys learn anything up at the front lines?
And she's like, not much, except that these undead just won't stop coming. No,
It's gotta be something that goddamn book.
Deloach has the book, and Deloach went to the well. That you don't really
Godspeed.
know.
Godspeed, goddammit.
Meanwhile, at the well, Deloach interacting with the wyvern of the well.
It's like,
So I told him I had a question.
God,
He's like, do you have the gold?
God help us, damn it.
Yes, you greedy fucking wizard.
And he's just like, you just throw it at him. He's just like,
Money!
I love gold. And he's like, then what is your question?
Who said would be a brute?
How do you kill the dead one?
Yeah, that's where you can put it in some cool story.
An incantation brought him to life. And an incantation can end his life. Now my question. Oh, and what he says besides that is that there is someone in town who's well versed in books who might know the incantation or could find it easily. But then he asks you, for his question for you is, what do you value most?
Is that it? That's all he asked me?
He just looks down.
No, he asked you that, so you have to, you know. What do you value most in this life?
He just goes like, that's what I say everyone do. It was like,
To raise the kill.
I don't know if it would be like
tripod.
fantastical or whatever.
He just wants you to
Okay.
answer honestly.
Austin Powers.
Encounters.
No, that's what Wyatt likes. What does
Yeah.
Deloach like?
I love books. I love books.
Nah, dude, Deluxe loves killing shit.
He loves
Just
battles,
kidding.
essentially battles.
Battles.
Or like the heat of battle or whatever. And then you see him get up off of the gold and he kind of like starts heading towards you. And then he just nuzzles his face against yours and he's just like, alright. And he just kind of lays back in the ground.
Hi.
It's like, how does this guy know all this
This guy
shit?
looks like the fucking dragon from Neverending Story.
I was thinking of like somebody that looks like an
No.
Argonian.
He looks, if anything, he looks more like a snake with wings.
Okay.
But like he has like arms, but then no bottom half kind of thing.
Oh, okay, just no legs.
Yeah. Just like a long.
Well, you said
snake.
hairy dog, so like,
Did I say hairy dog?
I thought you did, or like dog-like creature.
You
or
should
something.
ask him.
Oh
You should ask him if he wants to fucking
Maybe it's
be a
just the
bartender on the
action
bug.
What?
You want to be a bartender?
He's like, you want to join my crew?
Too bad you already asked your question. You
Yeah,
only get one
yeah.
question. But yeah, he says that somebody in Nornheim knows
Say
or
that.
could easily discover this incantation that you need.
Alright.
Meanwhile, back on the battlefield. So at this point, what are you guys going to do?
I just said I didn't leave you.
Okay, yeah, you didn't leave.
I want to try and do one thing.
Torture him for more information?
No.
I'm gonna use my ring. I need to heal up a little bit.
Yeah, it's all. We landed on the papers, man.
Like, I know what
Right
I'm gonna
here.
do.
We're right here.
I'm gonna burrow. It's right here. I'm gonna burrow. I'm gonna
You're gonna land
use
on
Ruby
his paper.
Scarab for my turn.
I move 25 feet and pop out.
Who's moved it? Used it the first time.
Who's just used it for the first time?
Resist 5 on a move is so buff.
Hell yeah.
And it's never been optimized. I don't know if you guys ever realized, but you guys get damage bonuses.
I always forget.
Yeah.
I know it's there. I always forget. To use it on the next turn.
Daily move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to use it once a day to move that and activate some sick shit.
Can't you make these and then put it in your sheets?
I'm sure you can, but I don't know how. I couldn't figure it out myself. But if I could just make my own items and embed them into the sheets, fuck yeah, I would.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! I'd never have to pull these damn things out ever again. Just print it out on your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed the river rats arrived at some point through all my shit.
I will say, no, you didn't. Because amidst your shenanigans, you were just climbing up on the west side and like doing that shit. Well, I mean, I'm sure you kind of noticed the cannon fire.
To the troop on the west side.
Yeah, you guys are already in the back lines kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where the queen's at, like
So
in
I'm
the
finally
safe.
met up with this
Yeah,
guy.
and Tremaine, he's all fucked up. And then the queen like kind of goes over to Tremaine and acts hammering, and I'm assuming Muzgash is there too as well. And then Tremaine's just like, and he looks both, and he kind of grabs at both of your guys' like, I don't know if you have lapels or collars or something, but he kind of pulls you guys to him, and he just says, "Don't hesitate. Who can we rely on if you falter?" And he dies.
What?
That grip loosens and he kind of just... And the queen just like...
Like this. I just like walk off. We gotta kill this bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know what you guys can do now for your turns.
I don't know either. So now I kind of know what we gotta do. So I'm kind of like...
But Ex-Hammer doesn't know.
I know, so that's how I gotta try and think. So...
I'm gonna relax for a second. Chill. After being just fucking
I will say you can...
falling 30 feet.
You can
back to back,
spend...
a little
Me
sore.
too, and then fucking get shot at the
You can
cannon.
spend a short rest at this point.
But
So while you guys are taking a short rest, catching a breather, back at the Wyvern of the Wells domain, Deloitte.
I'm gonna ask him if he can fly.
It's like, I can. Can you fly? And then he kind of smiles coyly, because he obviously knows you can.
I'll ask him if he can deliver a message for me. Name his price.
It's like, nah, I'd rather just...
We're on a little more gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not gonna fly out of that well. He probably can't even climb out of the well.
That lazy fucker.
Give him like 50 more gold then. Answer me.
Nah.
No, because he'll just keep it.
I ain't going nowhere.
Kill him. Maybe not. So it's like...
I'll just leave.
Alright. So you start to climb out and you're now in like the middle of the queen's quarters.
I'm gonna get out.
To where?
Back to the battle.
Okay.
Pick that north.
Yep.
Like, don't know what the hell I'm doing on it.
Turn right, man! Meanwhile, amidst the battlefield, you see like some of the troops just getting pushed back as they're trying to keep the undead from ravaging, like, you know, past them. You see the queen just yelling for the artillery to continue firing, like they have to hold him back somehow. But he's just like, at this point he's just like pursuing you guys essentially, as his minions are, you know, pushing your forces back.
While I was healing my wounds last time, I asked him about the Lloyds and found out that he was down.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna help these guys fight off the undead until we return with me from the Loach.
Alright.
Because I didn't know he left for that reason.
And I figure he'll come back to this side before he goes to the other side, so
Yeah.
I figure I'll see him here soon enough.
Yeah.
Actually, he probably isn't really pursuing you, but his undead is definitely, like, growing out. He's, like, just spewing them out as, like, watching them fight your guys. Because he wouldn't just start going this way, especially if the river rats are over there.
Shooting cannons at their asses.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, motherfuckers, take this!
I'll be right.
So, flavor I didn't know they had.
Here we go. Let's hear it.
Damn.
They had a little thing there. It's the margarita. They have another new one. Those are pineapple.
We gon' see.
We
want to see.
Oh, shit.
Pineapple. That looks exactly like the margarita one. Like,
I ran out of colors.
I think it's
yeah, this is the same.
different green instead of the blue or something for margarita.
All right, Deloitte, you're riding in.
Tastes
You
like
see
pineapple soda.
Cameron and Muzgash like going toes like with undead, just
Did I ride,
fighting them
I didn't
off.
want to ride straight to the dead one.
You're gonna ride
I was gonna ride
past.
to like the
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to come around and like.
well over here this way.
Oh, through that side. All right.
Yeah.
At that point, you see the river rats, who you didn't know. Oh, well, yeah, they didn't really get to interact with you, so you didn't know that they were
I didn't
there.
know that either. So I'm like, ah! What the hell are you doing here?
Captain Deloach, he lives.
You guys are alive!
And then Kelson fills you in that they had, like you heard, they escaped
No,
the goblin siege on the western docks,
Yeah.
parked at the cove, but knowing the shenanigans that was going on, they fucking dismantled the
I would
cannons and dragged them back to
I
Nornheim.
think that's what's
Yeah.
killing it for me.
You're here to join the fight now.
Now for you to...
Well, who's all around me at this point?
They're just the river rats. And then, like, approaching undead are starting to head down the east side as well.
One hell of a fight, huh? It's like, good news. I know how to kill this guy.
How?
Well, apparently he was worshipped or summoned with this book.
Says who?
Who told you that?
Some weird dragon in the well over there, in the center of town. Paid me 1,000 gold to tell me this shit, or I had to pay him 1,000 gold. But anyways, someone worshipped him here. Someone knows how to unworship him.
Or unsummon them?
Yeah.
It's like, we don't know. We don't, a bunch of us don't even know how to read.
We're
So,
Don't you know how to read? Can't you read, mister?
and you see Jiraiya, she's like kind of ahead of the river rat, just lobbing fireballs, trying to repel these undead from, stopping your guys' cannon fire.
Try.
And she looks over and she's like, what? Don't you live?
Yeah, I was like, you know how to read this?
And then like she kind of stops doing her thing and she looks at it and she's like, I don't even understand this language.
It's gotta be someone who talks to the queen, man.
Where's the queen?
On the west side, falling back.
That's the east side?
Yeah,
I thought that was the west side.
this is the west side.
Yeah,
The western coast, where the port was,
From
where
my
the
angle,
goblins
perfect.
came. Yeah, that and the
He's
coast.
attacking the north gate. Well, I guess it could still be either way from that point.
Yeah.
Look at the map. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I set it up perfect. There's an N right there.
Fucking, I'll take that horse and ride western. Like, hold it down.
Godspeed, Captain Delights.
Keep them distracted.
As you are, my gents.
Meanwhile, amidst the battlefield, the dead one starts to take notice at these two guys just holding down the line on the fucking the west side, and he's just like, no.
I'll start to run. I'll start to run.
Athletics checks. This will be the straight up athletics to avoid what happened. 15 total. Oh, 30. Oh no! You just see Muzgash just booking it tough. Axe Harriman's like,
I'm still just in the heat of battle.
oh shit!
Feel like 20 more.
Yeah, I was like,
Anna still?
didn't even notice him doing that whole
got
thing.
rid of
He gave it to Tristram after he got his
That's right.
helmet.
Oh, damn. Oh,
Should've
no.
kept it.
Hammering.
Rachel's bandana.
Yeah.
Could you just like worn it as a like switch it from a headband to like a
Armband. He could have, but
Just carry it on him still.
it's back in Tristan's hands. This is how much damage.
And it came from Tristram to me to him.
And then back to Tristan. This is gonna be how much damage you take. 25 damage.
Whoa!
And
Glad I got the
and
rest.
you just get put prone, like you just get launched. It just explodes and you're just like almost Tremaine-ified, but you're not a bitch like Tremaine is. You're just
Spit up blood and alcohol.
all over your face and beard.
Yeah. Blood. Oh, damn. I'm on the ground. Fuck, this dude's trying to swarm me still. That picture hella undead.
There is a lot of undead. He's just like pouring out
Yeah.
corpses and they're coming to life and just ravaging like soldiers in the city.
Damn. Yeah, I get up and I just start to get back
Mesgash.
I get up.
You weren't affected by it. You managed to get out of the blast radius.
I see Axe hammering. I see him. I know he's good. I know he's good. I can hear him laughing or something.
Hell yeah.
He giggles as he flies.
I haven't had a battle like this in ages. Hell yes.
I keep looking to the down the road to the east.
To the
For
east.
Loach's
And you
return.
see
Awkwardly riding a horse.
Hanging onto the nest. Like,
and Deloach rides in.
Loach's return.
I
I will read the Loach.
Read him.
What news?
know how to kill this thing. Well, I know how to kill it, but I don't know how to kill it.
Alright.
I don't know who can do it.
What do we need? Alright. Well, I know what we need to do. Alright, so
Liver in the well.
I'll say we
Blah, blah,
suggest
Well,
with the queen.
The queen would know what
Where's the
citizen.
queen?
And then you see the queen, she's like directing like ballista fire and shit, still trying to hold him back.
She's like, run to her, my queen!
She's like, what news from the wyvern?
Incantation.
Meanwhile,
I was running back to it.
yeah, you get up like, what?
Oh shit! Where are they going? They've been up with the loach. Nap time's over. Nap time's over. I knew that motherfucker was
On the
alive.
ground for a minute. That's your nap.
Yeah.
Not even
It's like,
just knocked out.
yeah. Ooh. Oh, haven't slept that long for a while. This is an insane battle.
But yeah, you guys see the queen, and she asks what news. And you
Yeah, we
guys,
told her about the incantation. Someone in the city can do it.
I'm almost ready. All I have is cigarette and water in my mouth.
and then she says,
Quick tap of water.
the one person who could find something like that is the biggest nerd of Nornheim,
Not the Loach?
the librarian.
Librarian.
The librarian you guys talked with back when you guys voiced got here.
Librarian.
She's like, take these horses, and then another guy like comes up with a horse like for Musgash,
Where's the
Fuck that,
librarian?
I'm gonna run.
with a kiddie seat on the back for it. No, I'm just
Little pony.
Yeah.
Where's the librarian?
Huh?
Where's the
I could
librarian?
get on a horse.
Back in the center of town.
Can I just run?
Yeah, you could just
I
hook
said,
it.
I've never ridden a horse.
No, I was just joking.
I'll run alongside the Loach. Like, you take that horse.
Here's the thing though, you can't run like a horse can run.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I took it to the next
Alright,
level.
fine. I'll take a horse.
I was like, I could get on a horse. Like,
You're like,
4-2.
You're all, first off, somebody gotta give me a boost though.
Give me a boost.
Alright.
I got it.
I got it.
Can't get on one. Damn it. Yeah, grabbing hook for everything. It's just like,
It's the bar.
So I'm trying to get to this bar stool.
like, anybody in the market got a fucking 10-foot pole?
It's
Just 10-foot pole, kill him. Yeah.
Hey man,
Hey.
you know what to do.
a dwarf with a 10-foot pole. That's dope, dude.
Jabble my way up.
Yeah, the fucking
Pole vault, yeah. Right up on
Slim
him.
brew.
That's what you would look like, dude. You look like 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
we ride to
So you guys managed to get to the Royal Library.
librarian, you know, the bridge beside there?
He's in there.
Is that a short rest?
No.
Oh.
He's like, oh! He's like looking at like some National Geographic. He's like, oh!
Some African tribal
I'm lonely. It's lonely in this book.
I'm just gonna slam the book.
Books are my only comfort. Literally.
Just on the book down. He's like,
Read now.
he's like, this is the book of unspeakable shame. Oh my God! He like flings it open.
I can't just having done. Give me back to National Geographic.
Video with the National Geographic.
Sees it.
You get shit just beaten in front of us or reading
The most dirty sex book of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, enough ham. So let's
Can I leave you alone?
Can we leave for about 5 minutes?
And then he looks at you guys and he's like, I've been raised for this moment my whole life. And then you see him pull out this necklace that has a key in it. And he fucking goes and unlocks this fucking thing. And there are 3 like these large crystals in there. And he comes back and he puts the crystals on the table. And he's like, to seal them, there needs to be a perfect triangle. And one of you needs to read this incantation.
I'll point at Deloitte when it says
Like, I know it. Or I can do it.
Read it out loud.
Yeah, I honestly didn't have any fucking weird language shit planned, but it's just an incantation. Yeah.
Is there
Like the
is there a spot that has
Necronomicon
to be
words?
performed?
You guys just have to create a perfect triangle. Dictate like these crystals.
Can we do it right here then?
No, it has to be around him.
So triangle around him and do it?
We have to come somewhere here. We go like when he's in the
City
city
will fall, people hold.
As he moves through the middle, triangle the fuck out of him.
Well, as long as, I mean, if you guys can just surround him like this or something, or if he moves like right here, and then someone gets behind him. Huh?
What kind of triangle are we talking here?
An
equilateral
equilateral
triangle,
triangle. A perfect triangle is what he had said.
Like all
Your
of us?
cube triangle?
Of placement of the crystals. Essentially 3 people holding it
What do we have to do to read
behind
the
you.
incantation?
One of you has to read it as soon as you guys make that triangle. Essentially to seal him.
Who else is going to try? I don't know when you can read this book.
Only one person has to read the
Yeah.
incantation.
We just have
Or
to form
say
a
the
triangle with
incantation.
crystals.
Oh, anywhere?
Each
Yeah.
one of us
Just as
takes
long,
a
no,
crystal.
you guys can, not anywhere, but anywhere around him.
Oh, man.
He made it.
Marcus!
Yeah.
Get that
I didn't
chair
know
over
they
there.
used it.
Grab that chair for you.
That's what's up.
Alright,
It's gonna get
like line of sight of each other
over there.
to perform this
Yeah, do it.
incantation.
It honestly doesn't matter as long as you can. I mean, it would be,
We should play.
it would probably, it would be prime that you guys could see each other so that it's set up perfect distance, like, you know, from each other kind of thing. Because you guys have to make an equilateral triangle around him. And that's going to encase him.
I totally forgot I even had that. It's in my fucking car. Holy shit. I was so fucking drunk that night. I was fucking put it in my fucking center console. And then it's just... didn't even remember the next morning. Fucking blacked out.
What do you guys do in Thursday? We should hit up Last Day Saloon on Thursday. Because they're closing too. That's what he was telling me. That he does karaoke over there,
The first few swims are bad,
but
I
they're
got playing
closing.
hot water, it was good. What else do you guys
Yeah, that's what he was talking to me about. But yeah, so yeah, you guys now have the information you need to stop the dead one. Man, you missed a shitload of ham.
Okay.
Godspeed! Stop him! Stop him!
How big are these crystals?
Just grab some extra good gas.
It's like it would require you to hold it with 2 hands, kind of thing. Like it's a huge crystal kind of thing.
How are we going to coordinate this?
I don't know. We don't have a map of the city, do we?
Well, you guys do in the sense of you know the layout.
Can I do something real quick?
Well,
Can I take that fucking rubbing kit and rub out that like incantation?
yeah. Oh yeah, I know it! This is actually pretty good, I think. There's like a weird residual aftertaste.
For a local aftertaste.
We should have someone...
It's kind of like how, you know how if you eat too much pineapple, it kind of has like a spiky, like
Sour,
like a
acidy.
sour, yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely replicated in this.
I guess.
But
I think
then,
that
like
the second
something
food's kind of better.
Oh, why?
Huh?
To distract him? You have to be on the same elevation.
as long as you're a perfect triangle around him,
You have to be like perfect. Okay, just like a rudimentary
you could,
triangle.
it's essentially a
You're sitting, we
rudimentary.
won't even
Will
know
there be
exactly
like a
where
signal
we're
lets us
at.
know, or how are we gonna know if it's a perfect triangle?
As soon as like that, well, you'll know as soon as the incantation pops
The
off.
crystals
'cause then-
will glow.
Yeah, they had to do something cool.
Yes.
Alright. Let's just go for it.
We could just
He
lure
thinks the
him.
book's done. Why do we have to bring the book back?
I don't know. We
We
could
can
just
just be
lure
ninja
him
about
into
it.
something.
Say rip that fucking page out so you can't ever go back.
I did take a rubbing
Oh,
on it.
okay, cool.
Here's the thing though, somebody summoned them without that book.
Oh, okay.
That means they probably know all the shit anyway.
Nah, just kidding.
Now Strega wanted the book, so they
Oh.
could summon them, but they didn't get it because of the
Somebody
prestidigitation
else did.
scam.
Yeah, we got that on the ship.
Yeah, the whole dock battle.
Yeah, the dock battle.
So yeah, you guys are riding back,
Cannon fire with nothing.
and you just see like the queen is like still trying to direct her troops, but there's like no more fucking artillery. He just destroyed like all the ballistas and
The cannon.
the river rats fell back. There's
Oh.
too much undead on that side of the town for Jirai to hold them back. But the queen like sees you guys riding up. She's like, well,
Oh, yeah, we have to capture him in this triangle of crystals and
she's like,
do
"What?"
this.
Gather your forces.
And then she looks over and sees that there's a shitload of undead like just all around him, like just milling through. She's like, we're gonna make our last stand here. We're making our last stand now.
Is she in the center of town?
No, it's like probably like over here or something.
Tell her to go to center of town.
So you're just gonna let them ravage? Like, there's still people that are trying to evacuate.
The keep will hold.
There will be casualties.
But as far as the guards, like these are the last remaining like soldiers. She's like, the last stand's gonna happen right here. And then she's talking to her troops and to you guys like, this one's for Nornheim. Charge! And like, just everyone is like going to go plow away the undead to clear a path for you guys to make the triangle.
Around him. Hell yeah.
What do you guys do?
Since you guys have way better
Just like,
athletics than me, you guys should run ahead
Yeah.
and I'll take
Alright.
Make the other points.
I guess I'll take the furthest point, just cause. Well, I guess. Well, how's your athletics? It doesn't matter if you have athletics.
15.
The same as mine, so you could probably run as far as I can.
Yeah.
That's just sufficiently, even you got little sausage legs.
Yeah.
You have light,
can
just
fly.
throw light and you have like weird positions.
Here's the thing with your light. Your light only lights your gauntlet.
Yeah, sorry.
It isn't a light spell. It's a light spell cast upon your
Okay, that's
gauntlet.
because it gives me the light spell, but it says cast on your gauntlet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the downside of it.
I'll still below though.
You're just like, as you're holding the crystal.
Just throw a sun rod or something.
Yeah, I got it.
And then you guys like kind of reach the amidst of the battlefield. You guys are just like, at this point, the three of you are gonna separate to make the point. And you see the soldiers like, do it! As they're just fighting through like undead.
Well, I'm gonna hold like the line, the front line.
Where
with
you're
the
at,
light crystal,
your
like,
pinpoint
yeah.
section. You just
I like the front line.
Muzzgash, you're like running through and you see these soldiers just chopping their way, clearing a path, and you just see like the dead one laughing as he's just like blasting away soldiers. And they're just like, Muzzgash! Do it while you're down. At the same time, Axe-Hammer running the other way.
Clear your path, fucking
Just
get
chopping
over to
through
that.
undeads.
Yep, chop through undeads.
And
Trying to get over to that
you guys
corner.
see each other like at your sections. Axe-Hammer looks towards Musgate.
Going for I got the
And the gloves ignite. The Loach sees it.
You throw your son on?
Yeah, I did. When I was charging in, I chucked it.
Alright, just do an incantation.
And then like the crystals that you guys are holding in your hands, they seem to glow and they almost blind you if you hadn't looked away. I don't know if you... And then they seem to just float before you. And then the dead one just like, all his laughter just stops. The undead around him stop moving and begin to crumble before you.
What about
And
all
then
of our
you
men?
just-
Do they stop too?
They're just like standing there like, oh shit, what's going on? And then this light just blasts from all three of you guys like up into the air and it just goes and you just hear and you just get like sucked back into the earth, back into another plane.
Shit.
And there's just across, not really across the city, but across this part of the city, a loud uproar of victory.
Essentially.
The dead one
Hell
has
yeah.
been slain.
Kill the undead!
That shit was insanely sick.
They all crumbled before you guys.
That shit was
And the city of Nornheim has been saved.
We'll take some new building, but it has been saved.
I think so.
Even though you guys did spring like most of the shenanigans, kidnapping the Goblin King and getting the book, but those were all quests.